oh, I want him and he's married to you, and it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
Remy Ma is clearly furious, and things are getting worse. Remy once challenged Claressa to settle things in the ring, but that match never happened. Instead, it is said that Claressa upped the ante and sent people to deal with Remy. There are rumors that Claressa Shields tried to have someone take Remy out because they had a long-running feud and were teasing each other online, all of which are connected to Babu. Their target was missed, and now there are rumors that Remy ended up in the hospital. This may sound like a movie plot, but the tension between them has been building for a while. Let's take a step back and examine how things came to be this way. It all began when Remy Ma was recently spotted at an event in her hometown, performing their remix of Guido and Ratchet on stage with Trey Songz and Connie Diamond. Everything appeared to be going as usual, up until Remy changed a line in her verse that made people angry. It read, "Got a problem? Be safe. Some of you want your ninja? I'll take him." However, she changed it to, "I will take him if I wanted your ninja on stage." Because of her strong tone, sharp look, and powerful energy, admirers assumed she was making fun of Claressa right away. Not to be forgotten, Claressa Remy is well aware that she has been openly linked with Pooch lately. And that line wasn't simply a random bar, rather, it was a direct message that essentially said, "I had him first, and I could take him back if I wanted to." Claressa's freestyle response to Ray's onstage insult raised questions about level of confidence or even resentment, her own in an internet video that went viral. Standing in front of a fancy car, Claressa is seen wearing full-on battle gear, including a bomber jacket, trucker hat, sunglasses, and chains. As the music starts, she calls herself a face splitter. If it weren't Remy, who else would that be directed at? Claressa continues to boast about her wealth, mentioning her higher tax bracket and projecting an air of confidence that makes it obvious she's not someone to be trifled with. Here's the twist. It's giving me the vibes of wanting to be Remy. And it's cringy how ironic it is that Remy was just in the studio with Mayo performing at Madison Square Garden, and now Claressa's out here rapping and dressing like Remy. Girl needs to stick to boxing because rapping isn't it, was one of the initial comments left by the unimpressed internet users. One comment in particular was obviously hurting Claressa's feelings, and she later attempted to appear as though she was winning on her Instagram stories. But the response was mainly negative. Streets didn't understand that freestyle was meant to silence Remy. Instead, it fueled the comparisons, making Claressa appear pressed. From there, things got messy and, to be honest, a little concerning. After Claressa's freestyle failed and the social media backlash persisted, people started speculating that Remy had been involved in an incident, claiming that she hadn't been seen in public for days, with no posts, appearances, or live videos. At the same time, there were rumors that Claressa, who is street to may have sent someone to confront Remy in Michigan. Word has it that Remy ended up in the hospital as a result. We don't know if this is true, but when you combine public humiliation, broken hearts, and street loyalty, anything is possible. What is true, though, is that Claressa is more than just a boxer. She's connected, and if anyone could get things done without getting their hands dirty, it might be her. In the meantime, despite all the drama, Papoose has been seen having the time of his life while on vacation with Claressa. Grinning and utterly unconcerned by the Mayhem fans are beginning to think that even though Claressa lost the rap fight, she might be winning the bigger one because she has the man she clapped back with bars. And Ray hasn't spoken on social media, attended any events, or made any comebacks. The streets are talking about the quiet, as if she had vanished. We know that Remy Ma doesn't remain silent for very long, so it's surprising that she would abruptly leave. Without a doubt, MIA is drawing some attention. Because of the purported hit attempt, some people believe she is keeping quiet, while others believe she may be getting ready to make a comeback while waiting for the Claressa may have been the first to punch. But let's face it, she should exercise caution. What makes Remy 10 times more dangerous than any diss track or Instagram post is that she's the type of woman who doesn't mince words and doesn't bluff. Isn't just a rap beef anymore, it's a ticking time bomb. Remy has already served time in prison, and her demeanor suggests that she's not afraid to return. She knows the stakes, but if you push her too far, she might risk everything.
He came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, except for it alters on the weekends, on Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year, he came every day.
Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool. And then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week.
She was released after serving 6 years, but it's evident from her past that she doesn't hesitate to speak out when she feels wronged. Fast forward to 2119, when Remy was arrested once more, this time for allegedly hitting Brittany Taylor, her co-star on Love and Hip Hop New York. Yes, the court granted a restraining order against Remy after she was involved in a lengthy legal struggle over a single backstage slap. This incident demonstrated that Remy doesn't think twice about acting disrespectfully.
Are you happy with today?
I'm innocent. You can always say that.
Here, let's deal with the obvious. Remy may be willing to go to lengths to protect what she has, especially now that they have a child together. It's not just a relationship, it's family. If Remy feels that Claressa is threatening, it's not unreasonable to think that she would do whatever it takes to protect it, even if it means going after Claressa. Yes, I said it, and there's nothing standing in my way, not even a champion. Boxer. For individuals who believe Remy is just talk and no action, let's take a brief look at her past. Her record isn't one of a kind, innocent person. In 2007, she was found guilty of shooting someone. She was a part of a shooting incident outside the Manette nightclub, where she shot Nikita Barnes. Joseph said that Remy believed she had stolen money from her, so instead of talking about it, Remy pulled the trigger. Remy claimed it was an accident, but the court rejected that allegation, and she was sentenced to 8 years in jail for possession of weapons and attempted coercion.
That I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with the when you're.
However, it doesn't end there. In 2021, Ray's son was arrested in connection with a murder case after he was suspected of being involved in a shooting that claimed another life. This case makes people wonder what's actually going on in Ray's home and gives off a Bonnie and Clyde vibe, with their child potentially playing a part in the drama.
Remy Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a hypothetical.
Well, not hypothetically, but how you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it.
Right.
But he's charged with it. Which makes it very sad, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even 50 Cent attempted to caution Claressa that when someone like 50 Cent tells you to back off, it's a clear indication that you may have already crossed the line. Apparently, Claressa is acting completely out of control and is pursuing Ray's location as though it were a boxing match rather than a street situation. When she began acting recklessly, 50 had to intervene. According to blogs, 50 told Claressa that if she followed through, and she would receive the blip. This is not only a threat. Rather, it is guidance from someone who understands the consequences of pushing the wrong person, especially someone who has nothing to lose. Claressa might have assumed she could handle a little drama from a rapper because she was accustomed to battling in the ring. But what did she do when she entered Remy's room? Remy isn't just any rapper. She has a criminal past and knows exactly how to play. Claressa is out here playing the rapper or boxer part, whereas Remy may be playing chess instead of checkers. According to those close to her, she still has a crew of people who are faithful from her Terror Squad days, and some of them are still active today. Rumor has claimed that Remy is quietly waiting for the right opportunity to influence her not only verbally, but also physically. She may already be keeping tabs on Claressa's every move. There are rumors that Ray's close friend, who remained impartial during the entire Pap and Claressa situation, has now turned against her, allegedly sending Remy screenshots of messages. Others say that Ray has been surreptitiously collecting information, retrieving phone records, watching old interviews, checking direct messages, and observing her patterns and location drops. As things get darker, some fans are speculating about a potential setup and planned scheme between Papoose and Claressa to remove Remy from the picture permanently. While Claressa is out there doing podcasts and working out at the gym, Remy could be creating her own version of a documentary. When Remy has something to prove, she doesn't just do it for clout. When she speaks, it's about destruction. Regarding it, let's talk about the possibility that this was an attempted hit, or even if someone close to Remy tipped the scales. Papoose and Remy had a rocky relationship for a while when Claressa abruptly appeared, going from little sis to main chick in no time. The optics were off from the start. Fast forward to Remy being publicly humiliated and shamed by fans, and then someone allegedly tries to harm her, she left. If the authorities become involved, don't be shocked. Remy has already gone through the system, so she isn't stupid enough to call the police herself, but they may be keeping an eye on her. Rumor has it that Remy has secretly engaged a private investigator, and someone involved in the alleged hit has already come forward with names. According to reports, Claressa has been acting strangely, postponing events and altering her security. Detail and allegedly seeking legal counsel behind the scenes, prosecutors could quickly become involved if Remy or anyone else provides credible evidence that Claressa planned or even suggested physical harm. Claressa could face serious charges of conspiracy to commit harm or attempted harm, threats of tampering with a witness or obstruction of justice, or any other scandal involving violence could result in. Her reputation would be seriously jeopardized if the public thought she had anything to do with hurting another woman, especially a mother, leading to her suspension, losing endorsements, or being blacklisted in the media. However, I'd like to know if you think Remy is just keeping quiet, or if she's getting ready for something bigger. Is Claressa brave enough to take on someone like Remy Ma? What do you think of Papoose? Is he the mastermind behind all of this havoc, or is he just an innocent bystander? Don't forget to hit the like button and share your ideas and opinions in the comments section below. To ensure you don't miss the upcoming episode of this incredible story, click subscribe and enable notifications.